Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us today. Lifebanc commemorates National Donor Sabbath starting on November the 9th, and the Manager of Public Affairs, Hattie Bartholomew, is with us to talk more about this event. As well, the Reverend David Cobb of Emmanuel Baptist Church is here to talk about his experience as a kidney recipient. And then we will hear from the Spiritual Care Coordinator at the Hospice of the Western Reserve, Heidi Barman. She's here to talk about Voices for Hospice, which takes place on October the 13th. Later on the broadcast today, Eridan Barrios, the branch manager at Keybank Steelyard Commons, will talk about managing your money. Good morning. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we beginning today talking about Lifebanc. Good to have you with us, Hattie Bartholomew, Manager of Public Affairs for Lifebanc, and the Reverend David Cobb, pastor of Emmanuel Baptist Church and a kidney recipient. We're going to chat with you as well.
Yes, very good.
Good to have you both of us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, Hattie, bring us up to speed on Lifebanc. What is Lifebanc and what's the mission?
Lifebanc recovers organs and tissue for transplant. So we have about 115,000 people nationwide who are currently waiting on a life-saving organ transplant, and we go and we recover those organs for transplant. We also offer educational services to educate people about becoming a registered organ donor. And very importantly, we actually offer bereavement services to our donor families. We serve about 20 counties through Northeast Ohio.
Certainly. And you've got a big event coming up on, it's called National Donor Sabbath.
Yes.
Yes. What is that?
We celebrate National Donor Sabbath. It's a way for local places of worship to be educated about the needs for and the critical shortage of organs, eye, and tissue donation. And also it's a time to celebrate hope and the greatest blessing, which is life.
And that's going to be on November the 9th through the 11th.
It is.
My notes tell me. Well, talking about Sabbath, let's bring in the Reverend David Cobb, who's pastor of Emmanuel Baptist Church. Good to have you with us, Pastor.
Oh, glad to be here.
You are a kidney recipient.
Yes, I am.
You are here because somebody donated for you.
Yes, absolutely. This was August 29, 2010. I got a call letting me know that that there's a kidney waiting for me, and it has totally changed my life. I've been able now to spend time with my kids in a more intimate way, going out playing, you know, not being stuck to a machine, but really being able to now give them the attention that they need, and also to give more time to my church and just the different causes that are going on in our community.
Your life has changed because somebody left a kidney for you as they were leaving.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, I just cannot stress enough the importance of that and how it affects your life. I mean, I praise God and I thank God that He allowed me to be able to at least have dialysis, but it is a totally different ball game when you're able not to spend 4 days a week on a machine, and you're able to go about and do the things that any normal person would be able to do.
This is what this story is all about, isn't it, Hattie?
It absolutely is. I mean, he is a true success story of how organ and tissue donation can actually change lives and save lives and give second chances.
You're wearing a little button on your sweater which says "Donate Life," which is the phrase of Lifebanc, I can imagine. We've talked about over the years, we've talked about the need for minorities to buy into this, and I hate to use that term, but you know what I mean. I can't think of another one. To agree to donate. Talk a little bit about that.
Actually, when I said 115,000 people nationwide who are currently waiting, over 50% of those are minorities. So there is a great need for more minorities to register as organ and tissue donors, and it's about education and getting that out there and helping them understand why they need to register, because we do have over 50% of the people who are waiting are of minority, and there's a better match when it comes with ethnic backgrounds.
And there's that racial component is so important for the match to actually take place, for the kidney to take place.
Right. Anyone can donate to anyone, but there is a better match, ethnicity, when the racial makeup is the same.
And when we are dying, Pastor, we have no need for those organs again, right? We have no need to take them with us.
No, absolutely not. As I say all the time to my church, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord, and you don't need those organs with you. I think about even as we're here on today, how I believe that, I know that Jesus Christ, for God so loved the world, that he gave. He gave his only begotten son, and I believe that we're not asking you to give your son or daughter. We're just asking you those organs that you have, once you are unable to use them, to give them to someone else.
Hattie, how do we sign up? How do people sign up so they can do this? Because you got to do it before you're gone.
Right.
Like, how do you do this?
It's very easy. You're asked the question every 4 years when you go get your driver's license and state ID at the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Simply say yes, you'll get that hard on your license, or you can do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week online at Lifebanc's website, or you can simply just give Lifebanc a call.
Yeah, I've got it on the bottom of my driver's license. If you could look at your license, there's a little heart down there at the bottom of mine. I don't know if you want to zoom in on that. Probably it's too tight of a shot to get right there, but it's right at the bottom. And quit looking to find my age, because I've covered that with my fingers. But there's a little heart there, which means that when I'm gone, feel free to take the organs that are needed for somebody else who might need those, right?
Absolutely.
Let me put a phone number on the screen, and that phone number is 216-752-LIFE, LIFE, 752-LIFE, or you can go to Lifebanc, and bank is spelled with a C, by the way, B-A-N-C, lifebank.org. You see that at the bottom of the screen. You can find more information on everything we're talking about as we get ready for Donor Sabbath.
Yes.
We're going to really highlight it between the dates of November the 9th and November the 11th. And you'll be preaching about this, I'm certain.
Oh, yes, and I'm encouraging other pastors to make sure that they take this opportunity to preach about it as well, because in our churches, we really need to hear that.
We certainly do. Thank you so much, Hattie Bartholomew, Manager of Public Affairs with Lifebanc. Good to have you on the broadcast. And the Reverend David Cobb, pastor of the Emmanuel Baptist Church and a kidney recipient. Yes. Glad to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
Glad to have you
Glad
here
to be
here. Always. with a new
good
kidney.
To be seen and not viewed.
That's working very well for you. Working very well for you. Glad to have you on the broadcast. 752-LIFE is the phone number. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
On the broadcast. I'm going to take a break in a moment. We're going to talk about the annual Voices for Hospice event. Especially, we're going to talk about that after these words, especially for you. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope today. Voices for Hospice is a free community event taking place in Cleveland on October the 13th, and spiritual care coordinator for the Hospice of the Western Reserve, Heidi Barham, is here to talk more about the event and its significance to the community. Good to see you again, Heidi.
Good to see you as well, Leon.
Yeah, things are going well for you, I know.
Things are going well, thank you.
Yeah. What is Voices for Hospice?
This is our annual signature event put on by the African American Outreach Committee for Hospice of the Western Reserve. This is actually our 7th annual event, and it's done in collaboration with World Hospice and Palliative Care Day, and so there are events taking place all over the world, recognizing the importance and need for hospice and palliative care when it comes to end-of-living issues.
And refresh our memory on the job of hospice, what hospice does.
Oh, I could be here all day to talk about the wonderful things that hospice care involves, but it is an opportunity for us to bring quality, choice, and dignity for patients and families as they approach the end of life, as they're dealing with serious life-limiting illnesses. We provide nursing care, we provide various therapies, we have art therapy, music therapy, massage therapy, we even do pet therapy. We have a core of volunteers who come in and provide respite care for our caregivers, and it's really about the whole family. It's about whoever that patient refers to as their family unit. So it could be their best friend, it could be their children, their neighbors, but it's a holistic approach to caring for individuals as they approach the end of life. But it really is about living. And that's our theme for this year, living to the end.
I will tell you that Hospice did a wonderful job for the Bibb family when my mother passed away in 2011. Hospice was with us and really was with Mother, and what a wonderful job Hospice did. My heart really goes out to everybody at Hospice because you helped us in so many in many ways. Why is Hospice reaching out specifically now to African Americans?
Well, we recognize that traditionally the African American community has not utilized hospice services that are available to them at the rate that we really should. We have worked very hard to dispel some of the myths about hospice care. Many people think that because you call hospice, it means your loved one has 48 to 72 hours left to live. And we really want to help people understand it is a process. Hospice is just a level of care, a philosophy of care. It doesn't mean we're going to put your loved one in a corner and leave them in a room until they pass away. And in our community, we are very proud people. We want to care for our loved ones. We believe in keeping our loved ones at home. And so many people think that hospice is just a place. But hospice is a care we bring to you in your home to help you care for your loved ones. My grandfather had services through us, and he was able to stay at home until his dying day.
Yes.
And to assist with care, bringing in nurses, helping with questions, to bring in volunteers. So we do everything to help people to manage the care, to enjoy those last days, those months, those weeks, whatever time we have left. And so for us particularly, we want to make sure that people are taking advantage of what's really there for them.
You're having a special event taking place now. Tell me about this special event and when and where and all of that.
Saturday, October the 13th, our vendor tables and health screens start at 11 o'clock. Our program begins at noon at the Marriott Cleveland East out on Harvard and Richmond. And we will have an opportunity for participants to have lunch and to hear a wonderful speaker, Mr. Andre Wagner, who is coming from actually South Africa. And he will talk about a partnership we have with Helderberg Hospice, which is our sister hospice in sub-Saharan South Africa, because hospice care is delivered around the world, and it'll give us an opportunity to see how we here in America have been able to take advantage of the services, but also how it relates to those around the world.
What must people do to enable themselves to go to this event on Saturday, October 13th at the Harvard Road Marriott there in Warrensville Heights?
We just ask that you call and register ahead, either by calling Hospice of the Western Reserve at 216-486-6645, or go to our website and register at hospicewr.org/voices. And again, it is free and open to the community.
Because of our great producer Maureen Bailey-Frater and the crew in the control room, you see that number at the bottom of the screen. That's a number that Heidi just gave. So write that number down and you want to go there. And this is again on Saturday, October the 13th.
Correct.
At the Marriott East, which is on Harvard Road in Warrensville Heights, right at I-480.
Correct.
Okay. Things are going well for hospice now. Are people understanding? Are you getting that point across the way you want to get that point across?
Well, my personal goal and my personal mission is that people would be as accepting of hospice care at the end of life as we are of prenatal care and pediatric care at the beginning of life. And so everywhere I go, I get to be a champion and a cheerleader for hospice care. And I know we're making a difference because everywhere I go, if people see my name tag or a shirt or they know where I work, everybody has a hospice story and they're able to tell the beautiful benefits that they've received. And so we know the word is getting out there.
Truly, truly, Hospice of the Western Reserve does an absolutely wonderful job. I've had friends who've gone through hospice and certainly many relatives who've gone through hospice, and thank you so much for what you do. Once again, what time does that event begin on October the 13th, that Saturday at the Marriott in Warrensville Heights?
The doors will open at 11. The program will begin actually at noon, but we will have some limited health screenings right beforehand, and we'll have vendor tables open to provide information about a variety of different services that are available in the community.
216-486-6645 or go to hospicewr.org/voices. More information on everything we've been talking about. You see at the bottom of the screen all of that information. Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you. It's good to see you as always.
Good to see you. Good to see you. God bless you. Thank you for being on the broadcast.
Thank you, Leon.
Okay. Heidi Barra. We're going to take a break right now. In a moment, we're going to talk about managing your money. We're talking to an expert from Keybank after we count these dollars. I'll be right back. Good to have you back with Kaleidoscope. You know, you can get free one-on-one coaching from the Keybank Financial Education Center, which will help manage your money. Aradin Barrios is branch manager at Keybank Steelyard Commons, and he's here to talk about the Keybank Financial Education Center and other services. Good to have you with us, Mr. Barrios.
Thank you, Leon, for having me.
Things are going well at Keybank, I would imagine.
Yes, definitely.
Good. We are all interested in holding on to our money, managing our money, and things like that. Tell me a little bit about how you envision Keybank can help us do that.
Okay, well, Keybank has some really nice products and services. One specifically that I'd like to talk about today is our Keybank Plus program. It really sets us apart from our competitors in that we're able to offer a little extra, hence the plus behind the Keybank. These services, products and services are low cost or free services that you may find at payday lending centers or check cashing locations. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about.
Well, tell me about that. What impresses you about that whole concept of Keybank Plus?
Well, it gives your viewers, the community, individuals out there an opportunity to engage us where they're at in their finances. We offer second chance opportunities through our Keybank checklist checking account. So those that may have had a blemish in their checking account history and they're on check systems, they have an opportunity to be able to open an account with us called our Keybank checklist account. And although it doesn't offer them the ability to write checks, it does have online capability access where you can access your banking online and manage your budget through paying your bills using our bill pay service. You're also able to have a debit card associated with that account, so any merchant that accepts MasterCard.
Yeah. Most of us need a little help, don't we, in managing money? I mean, we all learn. If you're like me, you grew up and my father and mother taught me how to make money, but sometimes I didn't have all of the wherewithal to know how to keep money or how to manage that money. But over the years, I've learned to put all of that together. Some people are still trying to put it together, aren't they?
Absolutely. Most viewers may think, any bank, they may be intimidated by entering a bank and discussing that personal subject. But here at Keybank, we offer, through our Keybank Plus, we offer free financial education classes and one-on-one credit coaching. So that means we get the opportunity to schedule a one-on-one session with any of the viewers, anyone in the community, residents within the community, and get an opportunity to really dig deep, peel back some layers, and look through their credit report, see what's there, work with them one-on-one, and put them down the path to match them up with our services.
Get on a financially positive pathway, which is all it's about. Let's talk a little about, you mentioned education just a second ago. Let's talk a little bit about the education center that Keybank operates on the southeast side of Cleveland. Tell me about this education center. What happens there?
Well, at our financial education center, we actually have 16 different learn and earn classes available, and we usually can accommodate that there at our financial education facility, which is located at 11461 Buckeye Road at our Buckeye branch. But we can also go to local businesses, schools, hospitals, nonprofit organizations, and we have 150 Keybank employees that are trained to teach and certified to teach the 16 different learn and earn classes that we offer. And so, so far to date, we've actually helped about 16,000 different individuals through the Learn and Earn class sessions.
They're at 11461 Buckeye Road, which is right near the East 116th intersection, if memory serves me correct, right on the southeast side of Cleveland. But at 11461 Buckeye Road at the Education Center, give me an example of what that first class might look like, what it might feel like for somebody. What are they going to learn in that class?
Well, there's as I mentioned, there's 16 different classes that an individual can participate in. One of them can focus around some real basics around managing a checking account. Sometimes that can be intimidating, learning the ins and outs on budgeting, managing your checkbook, what's an ATM, what's a debit card, what are the differences between the two. So really incorporating that into their daily activities, which means paying their bills, having a safe place to put their money, using direct deposit services, and so forth.
How do people sign up for this? These classes? How do they sign up?
To sign up, you would simply get in contact with one of our 34 branches. We actually have 34 branches in the Cleveland footprint that have the Keybank Plus capability. But you can call the Financial Education Center directly at 216-370-5630. So we invite all you viewers that are interested in participating. You can participate individually in one of our financial education classes, or you can get in contact with one of the bankers at one of our 34 branches and schedule a one-on-one session.
Well, you're putting money in our pockets, and you are helping us keep money in our pockets. Certainly some of us need some help in that regard, and we appreciate what Keybank is able to do at that Keybank Financial Education Center at 11461 Buckeye Road on the southeast side of Cleveland. As Barrios said, Mr. Barrios said, you can go to 370-5630 and get more information on everything we've been talking about. Tell everybody at Keybank we appreciate it, appreciate what they're doing for us, keeping money in our pockets and helping us find a positive way down the roadway. Thank you, Leon. Okay, good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you so much. I'm going to take a break right now. We're going to return to Marsha Mockabee of the Urban League. She's got some thoughts on Kaleidoscope right after we take this break. Good to have you back with us for Kaleidoscope. Here's my good friend Marsha Mockabee of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. And Marsha Mockabee and the Urban League are one of our partners on this broadcast. Always good to have you with us because she always brings thoughtful words.
Thank you, Leon. I want to remind our public today that at 4 o'clock at John Hay High School, there's a great thing going on. It's the Stephanie Tubbs Jones Gospel Fest that is sponsored by Case Western Reserve University, and we're in partnership with them. I am the honorary chair of that event this year, and pleased to be so. I was also last year, and pleased to do it again this year. But it's going to be a great time in the community and a great cause, because we want to keep our Stephanie Tubbs Jones memory alive in this community.
And this is open to anybody who can get in the door.
It is open, free to the public. And we will have, as always, the Voices of Glory, who are the Case Western Reserve Gospel Group, the CMSD group, and a great performance by my own church, the Cleveland Church of Christ. The praise dancers and mimes will be there today as well.
Case Western Reserve University has always lent its support to this, and we're appreciative of that as well.
Yes, and to the Urban League. President Snyder is a great friend.
Yeah, it's going to be at 4 o'clock at John Hay High School today, which is Sunday, as we air this. 4 o'clock at John Hay High School, which is on Stokes Boulevard at the corner of Stokes Boulevard and Carnegie Avenue. You can reach it from Carnegie, you can reach it from Euclid Avenue. But it's over at the University Circle.
Yeah, 107th.
Yeah, if you get over there in that area, you'll see John Hay High School. It's a wonderful, wonderful venue.
Yes.
And we've got 30 seconds remaining. You're going to be there, and my good friend Obi Shelton is going to be your master
He is. He's going to be our MC, and I'm sure he'll have another great surprise for us as well.
He will bring his violin.
I think so.
And Obi will play.
Yes.
Good to have you on the broadcast as always, Marsha Mockabee.
Thank you, Leon. Good to be here.
This is one of the key people in the Greater Cleveland area, and we love you, Marsha.
Thank you. We love you too. Thank you.
That's going to do it for us. For my good friend Marsha Mockabee, I'm Leon Bibb. Good luck. Be well. We'll talk again.
Weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.